Hello, hello. So welcome to 5 Minute Marketing Morsels. So I'm going to put our timer on so we just go ahead and get this done. So today I want to talk about the process of business ownership and some things that I recommend when you're starting out so you can develop an amazing business. So first of all, when you first start out, you have something you're passionate about. You have something you're great at. You have something that you want to offer to the world. So whatever that is, whether it's art, whether it's singing, whether it's singing is an art too, whether it's you have a product to sell, whether or not you have an amazing service that you've thought of that you feel like could really benefit the world. You know a lot about that, but you probably don't know a lot about running a business. And so when you first start out, if your money is short, you're gonna be responsible for a lot of different hats, as they call it. You're gonna be responsible for designing your brand, right? You're gonna be responsible for marketing. You're gonna be responsible for sales funnels. You're gonna be responsible for, the website and the sales funnels. You're gonna be responsible for going out and meeting people, for doing your networking, for planning events. You're basically gonna be doing it all. And so when you first start out, it's overwhelming because you don't have a skill set in those things. And so for me, my fortes are writing, editing, design, and strategic marketing development. That's my wheelhouse. That's what I love to do. Anything to do with creating logos, editing books, writing books, designing books, and giving people strategic marketing advice for developing your brand and business online and offline. I love it. I just do it as a matter of course. It's just something I do. And so for me, those weren't the issues. So for me though, organizing, financial projections, profit and loss statements, the accounting side of it, that's stuff that I don't like to do, first of all. And secondly, it's going to take me a while to get up to speed on those things. So I have an accountant. I don't currently have a bookkeeper, but eventually I will, because I am going to not want to do that. So I'm going to funnel that off to someone else who can help out with that thing. So one of the things I recommend for people is, if you have the funds, find people who know what to do in areas you don't know. That's what I suggest. Build a team from the beginning. You want to make sure that if you're weak in those areas, you have someone who's strong in those areas. But still, learn as much as possible. Become an information sponge. And so what I tell people though too is to be smart about it. My aunt taught me something when I was growing up that I didn't even kind of realize at the time. She told me, why would I spend an hour or two baking cookies at whatever her rate of pay was? I think it was $17 an hour. Then that was like 20 years ago. Why would I do that instead of just going to buy it? And I was like, because I like to cook. So for me as a kid, I was kind of like, well, that's weird. Why don't you just make it? You know what I mean? Then it's free. And no, it's not free, because you look at opportunity cost. If you look it up, it's like, what could you be doing with that time? If you can use that hour to go out and get seed money of 10 grand, versus sitting there building a website, that you're going to spend $300 on, which one would you rather do? So it's about learning to apply these basic principles so you don't run yourself ragged too. I'm learning the same thing. You want to make sure you're putting things and systems in place that help you do the work without you doing it manually, because time, honestly, is the only thing you cannot replace. And it has a finite amount. Money is not finite. There is tons of money out there, but time, you only get a certain amount. And so we do believe it's only a minute left. With time, you only have a certain amount. So you want to maximize what you're doing and minimize the amount of time it takes you. So those are two recommendations. The other thing is, use the tools of the trade. And so with social media, you would want to do some automation. You would want to think about possibly getting an intern to help you out if you don't have a lot of funds in the beginning, but you also want to connect with people who do what you need them to do in a majestic fashion that will help you build your business faster. And so another tip I have too for entrepreneurs that are beginning is read. I'm going to start a book club for my clients as a perk. If other people want to join, they'll have to pay to get in. But for my clients, it will be free. Read. Read, read, read. Read as much information and business book as possible, business book information. So I thank you so much for tuning into this 5-minute marketing morsel. I hope it was helpful for you. My timer is literally about to go off. It's literally gone off. So I didn't introduce myself in the beginning. So my name is Renee Purdy. I'm a global brand and business builder. I specialize in building books, businesses, brands, and business owners. If you would like to get in touch with me, you can send an email to me at info@msrisingstar.com. I'd love to hear from you. I love to hear stories about what people are doing globally. There is, as I said, there are tons of opportunities out there. I love to work on collaborations and whatnot. I am a speaker. I love to speak on business topics and do training. So if you have any training, and development needs, you can also contact me as well. So I'm going to hop off. I will see you guys in the next 5-minute